from strange snakes with legs, creatures that shouldn't exist, and screams that'll terrify you to the core. These are the most disturbing things caught on camera. On August 14th, 2012, a channel named Big Toe Time uploaded a video where, according to him, he had spotted a Bigfoot scream in real life. This is how it sounded.
What the f*** is that?
It was recorded in the Sierras near Clipper Mills, California, and it seemed like the man was camping when the screams echoed across the forest. It definitely didn't sound like a wolf, a coyote, or any other known animal. The man's channel has more Bigfoot-related videos, mainly vocalizations and strange howls, all claiming to show evidence of their presence. And surprisingly, this isn't the first time something like this has happened in the area. Even earlier, a 1970s recording called The Sierra Sounds claimed to have captured an entire conversation between Bigfoots in the exact same region. These recordings were analyzed by audio engineers and cryptolinguists, one of whom suggested that the speed and complexity of the sounds indicated a language structure not typical of any known wildlife vocalizations. Viewers couldn't help but say how scary it was when the Bigfoot started talking to each other in the Bigfoot language. Probably not something that could have been easily faked back then, but this wasn't the only time something related to Bigfoot was found in California, because the infamous sighting known as the Gimlin film was also recorded there. This stabilized version of the film still sparks debate. Was it a man in a suit or genuine footage of an unknown hominid? And with more and more encounters being uploaded online, it begs the question, if Bigfoot really isn't real, why are people from different decades, with different backgrounds, all hearing the same thing? Whatever's out there, it doesn't sound human. In 2009, a woman in Suining, China, woke up to scratching sounds on her bedroom wall. When she turned on the light, she was shocked to see a snake climbing the wall, not just with its body, but using a clawed foot protruding from its side. This is how the snake looked. The snake, about 16 inches long, had a single limb growing 15 centimeters from its head. Experts at China's West Normal University examined the specimen to determine the cause of this unusual mutation. Interestingly, this isn't the only case of limb-like anomalies in snakes. In 2011, a four-legged snake was reportedly found in Vientiane, further intriguing scientists and enthusiasts alike.
Oh, it's tiny.
The animal is over 30 centimeters in length, has very short legs, striped and scaled skin like a snake, and a thumbnail-sized head. While many believed it was a snake with a rare mutation, others just couldn't believe it was anything other than a lizard. Since no proper investigation or examination was done, it's hard to say what it was, but this had millions wondering. Was this a new species, a one-of-a-kind gift from nature, or a rare species from Laos? On February 9th, 2018, a man uploaded a video showing a strange creature roaming around in the wild. This is what he had recorded. At first glance, it looked like something out of a nightmare, completely hairless, walking on all fours, and definitely not something you'd want to run into at night. The man was confused. He had no idea what the creature could be. But turns out, this wasn't the only time something like this had been seen. In 2019, a Reddit user posted a photo of a similarly bald creature. People online were quick to assume it was something mythical, like a skinwalker or even Bigfoot with mange. But nope, it was just a black bear without fur. So, why was it hairless? Turns out bears, just like humans, can suffer from serious hair loss. The most common reason is mange. It's a skin disease caused by mites, and when it gets bad, it can lead to full-body hair loss. And black bears that contract mange may become more easily observable and less cautious around people. According to the Belgravia Center, bears in captivity have also shown signs of hair loss, often due to environmental stress, genetics, or skin infections. It's not just gross, it can be dangerous. Without fur, bears lose heat faster, become more vulnerable, and in the wild, they usually don't survive for long. Personally, it's both heartbreaking and kind of terrifying. A creature that powerful, stripped of something as basic as fur, turns into something that doesn't even look real. So, the next time you see a weird, bald animal clip online, it might not be a monster. It might just be a bear, going through a very, very rough time. In a video posted by the University of Hawaii, a group of pigs can be seen, glowing, literally. Their skin gives off a bright neon green tint when placed under UV light, and it's not a camera trick. These pigs were genetically modified to glow, and it's both fascinating and a little terrifying. These pigs were created as part of a scientific experiment back in 2006 by researchers at the University of Hawaii at Manoa and the National Taiwan University. The goal? To study how fluorescent genes, originally found in jellyfish, could be introduced into mammals to better understand gene expression and eventually help in medical research.
会在身体到处去表现的一个调节性的我们讲把这两个接起来之后
What they did was that scientists injected a green fluorescent protein gene into pig embryos. Now, this wasn't just done for the cool factor. Researchers said that pigs are biologically similar to humans in terms of organ structure and function. So if glowing genes could be successfully integrated into pigs, it opened up doors to potential breakthroughs, like tracking how cells move through the body, or even advancing organ transplants and cancer research. But here's where it gets kind of weird. People online started sharing the video years later without context, and naturally, theories went wild. Some claimed these pigs were a secret experiment gone wrong. Others believed it was evidence of bioengineering being used for military or corporate testing. Even weirder, this isn't the only animal that's been modified to glow. Scientists have done the same with mice, cats, dogs, and even monkeys, all using that same jellyfish gene. And well, God knows what's more to come. This might be one of the weirdest and creepiest things you'll ever see in nature. In a short video that went viral, a man cuts into a tree, and it literally starts bleeding, like thick red liquid pouring out as if the tree's alive. It's not fake. That's a real tree. And that red stuff isn't paint or some weird glitch. It's sap, but not your regular sticky tree sap. This one looks way too much like actual blood, and it's caught a lot of people off guard. And where people couldn't get this clip out of their heads, another one came up. Turns out, this is called a bloodwood tree, and it's most commonly found in parts of southern Africa. The scientific name is Pterocarpus angolensis. It's been around for ages, and when it's injured, it leaks this deep red sap that looks just like blood. That red liquid is how the tree protects itself. The sap works kind of like a natural bandage, sealing off the cut and helping the tree fight off bugs or infections. It just happens to be blood red, which makes it super creepy to watch. And when people online saw the video without context, a lot of wild theories popped up. Some thought it was a cursed tree, or a sign of the earth crying. A few comments even called it a biblical omen. Others joked that the forest had finally had enough of humans and was fighting back. But the bleeding tree is very real, and it's not the only one like it. There are other trees around the world that ooze red or amber sap, though not all look quite this dramatic. In a video posted to YouTube, a man along with his friends is driving through the streets when things suddenly take a weird turn. A man, clearly out of his mind, is seen chasing his car on foot. Yes, on foot. And not just casually jogging either. This guy's sprinting full speed at the car. The guy, who was filming from inside the car, starts panicking, yelling about how the man is catching up, even though he's in a whole vehicle. The guy chasing him is what Lucci calls a goophead, which, in street slang, usually refers to someone who's heavily under the influence, acting erratic and unpredictable. What's even crazier is that the guy doesn't give up. He's running at full speed, clearly not thinking straight, and for a second, it actually looks like he's about to catch the car. It's unclear exactly what led up to this moment. Some people think it might have been random street drama. Others say the man chasing Lucci was probably tripping hard, maybe off some synthetic drug. Either way, this was not normal behavior, and the guy knew he had to dip fast. Comments under the video are just as wild. People couldn't help but notice that his eyes were glowing, or that humans don't have glowing yellow eyes and can keep up with a speeding car. People even took screenshots and enhanced them to see if it was just a human. Still, they couldn't really say that for sure. But then again, even if it was a human, nothing would be so surprising, because in the same area, things like this have happened as well.
48-year-old woman behind the wheel, not wearing any clothes. She gets out of the truck and...
Still, even if it was a human or a skinwalker, it is scary nonetheless. In 2007, researchers pulled up a bizarre squid-like animal from the deep sea near Tristan da Cunha, a remote island in the South Atlantic. It was later identified as Promachoteuthis sulcus, and it only took one look at its face to go viral years later. That's because this thing has human-like teeth. But here's the twist. It's not actually teeth. That's a circular lip structure that just looks like a mouth full of dentures. Inside, it still has a squid's beak, just like most of its deep-sea cousins. The only known specimen was found at a depth of 2,000 meters, and scientists say we still know basically nothing about it. Just one individual ever discovered, and no one has seen it alive since. Scientists believe it might use its strange mouth for catching prey in complete darkness. But again, with only one specimen, we're all just guessing at this point. It's one of those things that makes you wonder what else is hiding in the deep ocean, and whether or not we really want to find out. Forest camping adventures are usually a lot of fun, but at any time, things can take a surprising turn. In this video, recorded by a man during a camping trip with his family, we spot a gigantic humanoid creature in the distance. This creature appears exceptionally tall and seems to be covered in thick black fur. It's bending down, as if collecting something from the ground. After some time, the creature apparently senses that it's being recorded and makes a hasty escape, bringing the video to an end. Judging by its appearance, it certainly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, although it's possible that it might be someone playing a prank in a Bigfoot costume. Regardless, whatever it was an incredibly captivating sight for the family on their camping adventure. This video was posted on Facebook by a user who claims to have been stalked by an unknown creature in his house, and in the video, he manages to capture this eerie encounter. The man in the video is visibly frightened and uneasy, attempting to show us the source of his fear. He explains that he had been hearing hissing noises coming from his backyard, and now he's ventured out to investigate what might be causing it. As he explores the area, he pans the camera toward his shed, where something strange is peeking out, and this thing seems responsible for the hissing sounds. In a trembling voice, the homeowner calls out to the mysterious presence, but it remains silent. Fearing the unknown, the homeowner hastily retreats, and you can clearly see the fear in his eyes as he makes his escape. It's a truly unsettling encounter, and it's hard to comprehend the terror of having something unknown lurking in your own home. This video comes from a group of tourists who were on an adventure in the boreal forest region, and they managed to capture a sighting of the mighty Bigfoot on their camera. In the video, we're presented with a view of the dense woods, and in the distance, a black creature is hunched over. The camera then pans to the side, revealing a large group of tourists with their cameras, all observing this astonishing sight. The creature appeared to be hunched, making it a bit challenging to estimate its height, but it did seem to be of substantial size. Some might argue that it could be a gorilla or ape, but in Canada, there are no known animals like that. Towards the end of the video, we can also see a person in a red shirt emerging from the woods. It's a bit confusing why someone would venture so close to a creature like that. This video was shared on Reddit by a homeowner who recorded a chilling entity haunting his house, and it's something straight out of my worst nightmares. In the video, we see the homeowner performing some sort of ritual with smoke, seemingly to ward off whatever is frightening him.
I know, bud. I'm not afraid, man.
He then heads towards the basement, and as he opens the door, a dark and eerie figure is standing at the other end of the stairs. The figure is undeniably creepy and unsettling. When you pause and zoom in on its face, you can discern its eerie, human-like features. However, when the homeowner switches on the light, the mysterious figure hastily retreats. With bravery, the homeowner follows, but to his surprise, he finds no one there. Suddenly, he hears cries coming from above, and he rushes back up the stairs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
However, as he's ascending, the door suddenly closes on its own, trapping the homeowner in the stairwell. I'm not sure what happened next, but since the homeowner uploaded this video, I believe he's safe. Some people believe in the concept that we all live in a simulation, where unexplained events are considered glitches. After seeing this video, I'm beginning to understand their point of view. This video was recorded on the Orange Trail by a passing car, and it captures a view of the woods with deer. However, There's something remarkably odd about these deer. They are completely still. It's as if they're frozen in place, almost like statues. What's even more strange is that there are multiple deer. One logical explanation could be that they're being cautious about the approaching vehicle and remaining still to assess the potential threat. However, if that were the case, you'd expect them to at least move their heads as the vehicle goes by. The fact that they did that real-life hanging makes it seem like another curious glitch in our simulated reality. This video was recorded by a teenage boy who was walking his dog on a forest trail at night, for God knows why. In the video, we see them casually strolling along the trail. But something appears to be bothering the dog, and it seems distressed. The boy tries to figure out what's troubling his canine companion, but he's left confused. As they continue their walk, the video ends without anything unusual happening. However, upon rewinding the video, we can spot a figure standing behind a tree, silently stalking the boy and his dog as they walk. This mysterious figure looks like a person wearing a white mask, but some viewers have suggested it could be a skinwalker. Whatever it may be, it's undeniably eerie, and it's concerning that the boy didn't notice the figure at that moment, and it is lurking for them for God knows what reason. This video comes from Reddit and was recorded by a family visiting their grandma's old abandoned home, where they found something really disturbing and unsettling. In the video, the husband, who is the camera person, is exploring the attic. While exploring, he hears a loud noise coming from the nearby boxes, which startles him. His wife calls him to come down quickly, as she is also getting scared. The man rushes down the attic ladder and hands the camera to his wife. However, as he descends the ladder, the camera captures a terrifying figure peeking its head from the attic entrance. This figure looks like a hairless, naked humanoid person. They quickly close the attic door, and the video ends. It's a really scary scene, and my advice to this couple is to sell the grandma's home at a discounted rate, because it's not worth living with that humanoid thing there. Imagine being stalked by something that you don't even know what it is. This unfortunate homeowner experienced exactly the same scenario. In this video, we see the homeowner recording his backyard through the window, while talking to someone named Mike on the phone.
We're back in the weeds?
Yeah, like it knows something's going on. I got it now. I got on tape.
He is telling Mike that there is some figure in his backyard, and it's stalking him. Suddenly, the figure comes close, and we can see its eerie appearance. Its body is fully white, and its hands move in a strange way. Seeing this stalker, the homeowner becomes more fearful and talks to Mike in a really scared tone.
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh. This thing is looking weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Watching this video, I know you have a question in your mind. Why didn't the homeowner call the police? He did call the police multiple times and filed multiple police reports, but nothing happened as the police thought he was crazy. To me, this video looks real, as we can clearly hear the fear in the homeowner's voice when he sees this creepy stalker. This video is from India, where some bikers recorded an unknown creature walking down an empty road in the middle of the night. This creature looks humanoid, both in its posture and walk, but the weird thing about this creature is that its skin is pale white. Also, there's something about its head and facial features that makes it super unsettling to me. The bikers are also a bit hesitant and scared to cross because of this creature ahead. There can be a logical explanation for this video. It could be fake, and the unknown creature is a human wearing a mask. But again, why would they walk on an empty road in the middle of the night to scare off bikers? Why wouldn't they try it in the city or a nearby village? What do you think about this encounter? This video is from Russia and captures the sighting of a creature that resembles the appearance of a Bigfoot. In the video, we see a view of tall woods. However, when the camera pans towards an uphill area, we see a creature hiding instantly seeing the camera. On reviewing and slowing down the video, we can see that this creature has a massive body frame, and its body looks like it is covered in thick fur. Also, this creature's head shape and body structure look too humanoid, resembling those of the legendary Bigfoot. What really creeps me out is that the Bigfoot seems to be stalking the cameraman, and as soon as the camera pans towards it, it tries to hide. I don't know what this Bigfoot's motives were, but I'm sure they weren't pleasant. This video was recorded by a hiker in the boreal forest region of Canada, and during his hike, he felt an unsettling sensation of being watched. The hiker then pans his camera around to capture the surroundings, but he notices something in the distance. Zooming in on the mysterious figure, he realizes it's looking directly back at him. At first, the figure appears to be covered in black fur and resembles a bear. However, upon closer inspection, the creature has a humanoid head, akin to an ape or a gorilla. Given that there are no apes or gorillas in Canada, the identity of this creature remains a mystery. I believe it could be a young Bigfoot, judging by its height compared to the surrounding trees. Regardless of its age, the hiker might have been in a precarious situation at that moment. Venturing into the woods for a cozy and refreshing forest adventure, most hikers expect to encounter deer and other typical wildlife. However, there's always the chance of stumbling upon something like this. In this video recorded in the woods of Tennessee, we see a scene of dense trees with fencing in the foreground. Amidst the trees, a dark and eerie figure is standing. The entire 1 minute and 27-second clip captures this creature just staring at the camera without any movement. The creature's motionless demeanor led me to speculate that it could be the remains of a burned tree, taking on this peculiar humanoid shape. What are your thoughts on this? This video was uploaded on Facebook by a user claiming to have captured the sighting of a real Bigfoot during their hiking adventure. In the video, we see a view of a forest, and we can also hear the uploader behind the camera. In the distance, there is something moving.
I'm positive it's a Bigfoot, I think.
The cameraman is convinced that it's the legendary Bigfoot because of its appearance, fitting the description of a Bigfoot. The Bigfoot is casually strolling through the woods without any worries. Appearance-wise, this creature has a massive body frame with really big legs, and its walking posture is humanoid, although a bit too much. To me, this video looks kind of fake, because after a few seconds, the Bigfoot starts walking strangely. And I think it was a person in a Bigfoot costume doing a skit, and the camera person was in on it. A group of tourists were stunned when they saw a crocodile that they had never seen before. This crocodile looked normal at first, but when it came close to the camera, we could see that it was missing its right front leg. Despite not having a leg, this crocodile was really fast and instantly dove into the mud, swimming with ease. There was nothing unusual or mysterious about this crocodile, but it was really fascinating to see the crocodile functioning normally even with a missing leg. It sprinted like a normal crocodile would, maintaining the same speed and technique. However, what bothers me here is how this ferocious creature lost its leg. Was it another crocodile, or was it something else far worse and scary in the water that did it? Most cryptids and mysterious creatures tend to prefer living in remote, rarely visited sites. In a video, we get a glimpse under a bridge. As the camera person explores further, a strange figure comes into view lurking there. At first, the camera person couldn't believe their eyes and decided to zoom in on the figure. This enigmatic creature, realizing it was being observed, quickly hid in the darkness beneath the bridge. When the camera person comprehended that they were faced with something entirely unfamiliar, they fled from the scene in a hurry. After watching this video, several questions arise in my mind. Firstly, why was that person under the bridge in such an isolated place? Secondly, what could be the motives of this unknown creature lurking there? And why did it choose to remain hidden from the camera person? One of the scariest things you can witness on a road trip is a Bigfoot lurking in the woods. And this unfortunate family saw exactly that. In this video, we see a view of the dense wood's edge, and there in the distance, a massive black creature is hiding behind a tree. The family, recording from their car, spots this creature. Aware that it's being watched, the creature attempts to conceal itself further by crouching down. This creature appeared massive with a wide frame body and a very humanoid walk. However, the size of the Bigfoot in the video seems to be more like an average human, raising doubts about its authenticity. In my opinion, this video appears a bit fake, as the Bigfoot's size resembles that of a human wearing a Bigfoot suit. Many people believe in the devil, picturing it as a scary being with two horns on its head. But have you ever imagined actually encountering one? In a video from New Mexico, we can spot a strange figure on top of a fancy structure. This figure is quite unsettling, with glowing, evil-looking eyes and a big tail. It's also very tall and has a pale white body. Strangely, it seems like this creature noticed the person filming it, giving the camera an eerie stare before disappearing into the darkness. The locals who captured this video claim to have seen this devilish creature on multiple occasions. They say it only reveals itself to a select few in the dark of night. In this video, we witness a speedboat cutting through the water, and right behind the boat is an exceptionally odd-looking creature. This creature is leaping out of the water like a dolphin, but its head shape is genuinely strange. While it might be a seal following the boat, its eyes reflecting the camera's flashlight give them an otherworldly appearance. If indeed this is a seal, it's astonishing to observe how proficiently they move and how swiftly they can navigate the water, despite their hefty body structure. Nevertheless, even if it's a seal, the sight of this creature following the boat was undeniably strange for the passengers. It adds a bit of an eerie touch to their otherwise casual boat ride. While watching this video, I felt genuinely concerned about the identity of this creature and the origins of the video. Unfortunately, there wasn't much information available. In this unsettling footage, we see someone standing in front of a car, signaling it to do something. The creature appears humanoid, but has a rather strange and unconventional shape. If it's an animal, it seems to be naked with no fur on its body. Its limbs are thin, and its head has an unusual, almost alien-like appearance. The way this creature is signaling the car to veer into the bushes and darkness is exceptionally peculiar. What might its motives be? Does it intend to lure passengers there for sinister purposes? The answers remain a mystery. This is the strange sight some hikers found in some forests. Could it be a lost orangutan strolling the forest, or a backpacker with seriously long arms? Or is it perhaps the legendary Sasquatch? The long-limbed creature steps out from behind the dense foliage and strolls through, the camera following its every move. Fortunately, whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be aware of the camera. Its face is ape-like, which would contribute to the idea of it being some type of orangutan. It does not look in our direction, but walks determinedly. I would love to know which forest this is in. Unfortunately, we do not get to see more of this strange creature, but it does raise the question of whether this is a lost species of humans, as we can see how human-like it appears. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. And what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This man heard something was on his roof, making noises and moving around. Although he was a bit scared, he went outside trying to get rid of it, thinking it must be a large bird or a lost cat. But he was not prepared for what he is about to see.
No. Okay. Get the other side. Oh, damn!
Once he looks on top of his house, he can see a pair of glowing eyes staring at him, while also hiding behind the roof.
Holy Holy shit. All right. So bitch is one on the other side of the house.
But once he gets to the other side of the house to see the creature better, he sees only a terrifying sight.
What the hell? Where'd it go? What is that?
What exactly did this man catch on camera on top of his house? Was it perhaps an owl that seems creepier than usual? Or was it some kind of cryptid? Considering the carcass it left behind, it seems really terrifying and likely that it was something out of the ordinary. This security footage was taken by someone who set up these cameras because they believe the house is haunted and wanted proof of that. And as you are about to see in this clip, the house certainly is haunted. We can see the woman sleeping in her room, everything starting out normal. But just a bit past 8 p.m., we can see the door of a small cabinet opening on its own. Soon after, the light inside it start going on and off. But creepier, the stand near her bed seems to move slowly, to a point where it hits the bed, as if to wake her up. Once she wakes up thinking she heard something, she calls after someone in the house, who immediately comes to comfort her.
Honey?
They go back into the room to check again, knowing something is not right, but decide they do not want to stay in that room any longer. But just a few seconds after they leave, this happens. The footage ends there, but we can all say with certainty, something is wrong in that house. Could it be a poltergeist playing with them? This security footage caught a creepy sight. It seems to be placed in a house under construction, perhaps to see if anyone comes to steal any of the building materials. But as soon as this clip starts, we can see something coming out of the next room. It looks like the shadow of a man that is walking slowly, heading towards the next room. I am not sure whether it is the way the camera is set up, but the figure seems incredibly large, almost reaching the height of that tall door. It is truly a creepy sight. What exactly could it be? Is this some kind of a shadow ghost? Or is it just some flickering of the camera that created a creepy glitch on the screen? This hiker started recording with his phone while in the forest because he realized something might be stalking him. Although he shakes the camera a lot, perhaps due to being anxious, we can easily spot something in the distance, looking directly at him. The figure appears humanoid, but fully dressed in black, or perhaps black hair. Although the hiker managed to get out of the forest safely, he claims to have been shaken by what he saw that day, and is unsure himself of what he's seen, not knowing if it was a weird person following him around or something more creepy. Many claimed that is a Sasquatch, who got a bit too interested in this particular case and decided to follow him around. But given the bad quality of the video, I'm not so sure that is the case, when it can also be all a setup. What do you think? These remarkable images, captured at Big Creek Lake in Wilmer, Alabama, have ignited a wave of speculation and wonder. From the very first glance, it becomes apparent that we may be in the presence of the legendary and elusive creature known as the Bigfoot. The creature in display possesses a thick coat of fur enveloping its entire body. However, as we dare to examine the images more closely, its towering stature more closely resembles that of an ape, more of a gorilla. Notably, Unlike most purported Bigfoot sightings caught on camera, this particular specimen appears comparatively smaller in size. One can't help but wonder, could this be an elaborate disguise? A man in a costume aimed at playing an unsettling prank on unsuspecting observers? Deep in the woods in Oklahoma, a hunter captures a chilling encounter running across a trail camera and is convinced he's captured the famous Bigfoot. We had to zoom in quite a bit to scrutinize the explicit humanoid blur. Notice how the bipedal subject was moving so fast that the camera was not able to take a clear picture. Is it because the subject was really fast? Or is it done intentionally so that we cannot tell it is fake? Its ghastly pale form takes on a somewhat otherworldly appearance, eerily similar to a cryptid entity. The overall structure seems really sturdy, a human-like form, but a bit different. Could this be the dreaded Sasquatch moving at an incredible speed? Or is just a normal human who was caught in a weird way by the camera? This security camera caught some bizarre footage under the cover of darkness. Amidst a tranquil garden, a chilling sight unfolds. The video captures a mysterious figure lurking in the shadows. Suddenly, the camera glitches as if someone was tampering with it. What sends chills behind our backs is when the figure suddenly starts being enveloped in an incredibly bright light, as if it points a flashlight directly at the security camera. This prompts the homeowner to go to investigate what was lurking in the darkness. Upon arriving outside, she doesn't find anything, but she explains where the figure was standing.
Here's the area, the camera points to. Who would it be out here in the pitch black? Did you hear that?
Her voice is filled with awe and confusion, as she doesn't comprehend what could be terrorizing them. Could it be a prank play or something more sinister that would pay them another visit in the future? In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree.
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this. But I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. Imagine watching a documentary thinking you will get some knowledge about the featured animals and the place, and instead you spot a dark hominid being looking exactly like the infamous Bigfoot. This is what happened when a guy was watching the 2001 nature documentary titled The Great North, and at exactly 9 minutes and 20 seconds, a dark figure appears at a distance and quickly hides as the dark creature lumbers in a ravine and quickly ducks back down, as if to remain unnoticed. It looks like the documentary film crew accidentally caught a Bigfoot on camera while tracking caribou migration in Quebec. Is that a random fleeing backpacker or the elusive Bigfoot on a hunt? There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top, but when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens. From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, the creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I am not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, he films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature, partially hidden behind the tree, seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? In this captivating video, a man is filming in the dense woods of the Georgia mountains. As he explores, he unexpectedly comes across a large, brown, hairy creature walking on 2 legs, reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. The creature moves calmly and seemingly unaware of being filmed, navigating through the trees with a sense of purpose. The video offers a few seconds of zoomed-in footage. The resemblance to Bigfoot is striking, raising questions and excitement about the possibility of an actual sighting. In my personal opinion, seeing a video like this, especially if you often walk in the woods, can be quite unsettling. The thought of coming across a creature like Bigfoot, even if just a remote possibility, adds a sense of unease and mystery to any forest adventure. In this surveillance video, we witness a scene on a sidewalk during the late evening or night. The footage shows a man walking, with another man trailing a few meters behind. The setting is quiet, the street dimly lit. Suddenly, the man in front stops, and at that precise moment, the man behind him reaches out and touches his shoulder, prompting him to turn around. This simple act of intervention miraculously saves him from being hit by what seems to be a truck's back door, swinging open unexpectedly. What makes the video truly intriguing is what happens next. The man who did the saving disappears just as suddenly as he appeared. It's as if he had some foreknowledge of the impending danger, although there's no clear way he could have seen it coming. This video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially considering the mysterious disappearance of the man who intervened. It's as if he was there at the right moment for just the right reason, and then vanished into thin air. Do you believe in such coincidences? In this intriguing video, a woman is filming her family's shooting practice in a wooded area in the mountains. Her child and husband are aiming at bottles, creating a typical outdoor recreational scene. Above them, the distinct sound of a helicopter circling can be heard, adding a layer of curiosity to the setting.
Try!
You got it!
You gonna try the shotgun?
It's unclear what the helicopter is searching for, but its presence suggests something out of the ordinary. As the family continues their activity, the camera captures something unexpected in a snowy area a bit further from them. A large brown hairy creature is seen darting from one tree to another, seemingly trying to hide. Its appearance and movements closely resemble those commonly associated with Bigfoot. Watching this video, I can't help but feel a sense of unease, wondering about the true nature of the creature and why the helicopter was in the area. In this nighttime surveillance video, we first see the exterior of a house where a bear unexpectedly approaches, getting alarmingly close. The scene then shifts to an interior camera, showing a man asleep on the couch. He is suddenly awakened by a noise, the sound of the bear opening the door. Startled, the man stays put, trying to make sense of the situation. The bear, displaying unusual boldness, enters the house a second time, this time sticking only its head through the now open door. At this moment, the man realizes what's happening. He springs into action, turns on the lights, and bravely confronts the bear. Through his efforts, he eventually manages to persuade the bear to leave. This encounter is both bizarre and unsettling. Bears are known to venture close to human habitats, but entering a house is particularly audacious. In this video, a man is filming an expedition inside a dense jungle with a group of companions. One of them, positioned ahead, is preparing to cut something from a tree. Suddenly, without any warning, a gorilla bursts out from behind the tree, startling everyone in the group. The gorilla stands its ground, appearing as if it's ready to attack, creating a tense and frightening moment. The surprise appearance of the gorilla and its imposing stance understandably scare the men. Gorillas, while generally not aggressive, are incredibly powerful animals and can be unpredictable, especially when they feel their territory is being invaded or threatened. This encounter shows the importance of being cautious and respectful when venturing into such areas. This video, captured by a surveillance camera outside a house at night, shows a mysterious scene. The camera records a figure that appears to be a young woman in a white dress, walking from the corner of the house and heading out of the courtyard. What's particularly intriguing about this figure is its slightly translucent appearance, yet it remains quite visible in the camera's night vision. The image of the woman-like figure, especially her translucent nature, lends an eerie quality to the footage. It raises questions about whether it could be something supernatural or just a trick of the light or camera. For me, seeing something like this on a surveillance video can be quite unsettling, especially at night. This video, captured by a surveillance camera in a child's room at night, reveals an eerie occurrence. We can see a baby sitting awake in the crib. Suddenly, on the other side of the room, a humanoid, translucent figure appears and crosses the space. The figure's ghostly appearance and the way it moves through the room provoke questions about its nature. Is it a ghost? Or could it be a simple glitch in the camera's recording? The image of this translucent figure in a child's room at night is particularly unsettling. The idea that it could be a ghost stirs up feelings of fear and curiosity, especially in such a vulnerable setting. While it's possible that this could be a camera malfunction or an optical illusion, the idea of a ghostly presence can't be easily shaken off. Such footage leaves a lingering sense of unease and wonder about the unexplained phenomena that sometimes occur around us. In this video, a woman in Peru captures a mysterious sight on her camera, zooming in on a mountain's peak. The image is somewhat unclear due to the zoom, but she manages to film several silhouettes atop the mountain. Initially, these figures could be mistaken for humans, but as one of them stands, it becomes evident that they are extraordinarily tall, almost gigantic in stature. The woman filming seems genuinely frightened by these towering figures, but continues to record. The video then splits into two parallel screens, with one side labeling the figures as aliens. One silhouette, particularly slender and towering, stands out prominently on a rock, adding to the mystery. This footage, especially with the suggestion of aliens, leaves a sense of wonder and unease. The height and build of these figures are unlike any typical human, raising questions about their true nature. Were they humans, giants, or something else? In this video, a man in a forest captures a peculiar sight. He zooms in on a strange figure nestled between tree branches. The figure appears black, possibly hairy, with 2 distinct yellow eyes, and an unnerving smile. The entire video is centered on this enigmatic creature. Throughout the footage, the figure remains eerily stationary, not altering its position, which adds to the unsettling nature of the video. The close-up shot makes it difficult to determine whether this is an animal or something else entirely. The static nature of the figure, coupled with its striking features, creates a sense of unease and mystery. This video leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, primarily due to the creature's steady, unblinking gaze and peculiar smile. In this gripping video, we follow the perspective of a police officer on a mission in a dark house, accompanied by a colleague. They use flashlights to navigate the dim environment. As they cautiously descend the stairs, a sudden noise, like something falling from a nearby room, startles them.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now! King 1, did you copy that?
Upon investigating, they find nothing out of the ordinary at first. However, the tension escalates when they enter a room and initially see nothing. But then, chillingly, the figure of a young girl with her face obscured by black hair emerges. The policeman yells for the girl to get on the ground, but what happens next is truly terrifying. In an instant, the girl appears right in front of the policeman and attacks him. Her movements and behavior are far from normal, suggesting something supernatural, more akin to a ghost than a human. This video leaves an unsettling impression. The sudden, inexplicable attack by the girl, who seemed to move supernaturally fast, adds a layer of horror to the situation. In this intriguing underwater video, a man is diving in the sea, capturing footage of marine life. The water's clarity is moderate, allowing a decent view of the fishes and a rock formation he encounters. However, the most captivating moment occurs when he points the camera upwards. There, he captures the silhouette of what appears to be a mermaid swimming above him. The figure's resemblance to a mermaid, with what seems like a tail, creates a sense of wonder and mystery. The idea of seeing a mermaid, a creature of legend and folklore, underwater would be an extraordinary experience. This video, captured by a surveillance camera at the docks during the night, shows a chilling scene. One man is engaged in a phone conversation while another stands nearby. Suddenly, the man on the phone is violently dragged into the water by an unseen force. The nearby man rushes to help, but, overwhelmed by fear, he retreats and runs away. After a tense moment, the man returns cautiously to the dock to check if the creature, or whatever pulled the other man into the water, is still there. As he's observing, the situation takes another unexpected turn. The man who was dragged into the water is thrown back onto the dock. What exactly was that? In this video, a farmer is filming his routine visit to check on his bees when he encounters an unexpected sight. Behind a bush, he finds a black goat, an animal he doesn't own and isn't supposed to be on his property. The farmer notes something odd about the goat. Its appearance seems unusual, not like a typical goat. As he films, the farmer ponders the oddity of this encounter. The goat's strange look and its sudden appearance in his farm stir a sense of mystery. In folklore, black goats have been associated with superstitions and even myths about the devil. Could this be it? It's the 4th of July and fireworks are exploding throughout USA suburbs. The cacophony of sound has woken something off the beaten path. A woman hears low growling coming from somewhere in the nearby foliage. She ventures to explore, and this is what she finds.
Oh, stay bright. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh, it's moving. No. Fuck that. No, fuck that. I don't know what the fuck I just...
In the replay, this creature is clearly seen crouching at the base of a tree. Is it a Sasquatch or someone playing a prank? Have the raucous sounds of revelry driven it closer to the suburbs in fear or curiosity? Or is it using this opportunity to hunt? Watch the replay and let us know what you think in the comments. Picture this. It's nighttime. You are all alone on a deserted trail surrounded by nature, and then you hear what can only be described as a shriek from somewhere in the woods beyond you. You might want your headphones for this.
Oh my god, no.
Is it the scream of a woman? Or is it just a cat getting ready to fight? You be the judge. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo. But if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Beotu, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance, thus it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful, you might not know what lurks in your area. This video clearly shows that sometimes us recording all these animals by being so close to them is not something they appreciate, and it makes them freak out too. The video begins with a bunny hopping around in the darkness. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a bizarre sight, 2 disembodied legs sprinting across the screen, vanishing into the darkness as abruptly as they appeared. These legs scurry down the street in an uncanny way, seemingly detached from any torso. As it was uploaded on the internet, the video left viewers shocked and bewildered by the weird sight. As the legs vanish into the shadows, a young boy emerges, seemingly retrieving his rabbit, comparing the boy's height to the leg size. They appear disproportionately small, hinting at the possibility of it being a cryptid. However, the footage could also be a prank, with a kid cleverly using his pants to create the illusion of disembodied legs. What do you think? Prank, a ghost, or something else? Years after years of people talking about the stories of the infamous Bigfoot, and it is hardly ever we see concrete evidence proving its existence. But this clip serves as one of the best videos which shows how these creatures might actually be real and just hiding away from us so perfectly. These hikers were on their way to conquer the mountain paths when they sensed something weird around them, as if someone was watching them. Scared, they looked around to find this creature not so far from them, staring straight into their souls. The creature's appearance fit the definition of a Bigfoot, so the question remains, is this a real Bigfoot, or is this something else more scary and more terrifying than that? And why is it standing so still? Two men returning to what appears to be a deserted and isolated house at night. It is unclear if the home is theirs, possibly abandoned due to what follows, or merely a site of strange activity. Either way, their behavior is odd. Pulling up, one of them focuses his flashlight at the windows. Pay close attention, or you just might miss it.
Holy f***. Yo, go.
Most towns have one. Creepy, deserted old house that has given way to neglect. Perhaps the owners grew old and died. Perhaps something terrible happened there. This is one of those houses. Note the tall grass out front. The air of abandonment. And then, so quick, you almost miss it. The figure of a small boy standing in the doorway. Why is he there? What nightmare unfolded behind those walls? Why is he trapped, unable to leave? The men seem to know that the house has a reputation. They do not get out of the car. Even when it is clear the figure is the height of a child, they do not stop to investigate. Instead, they speed off into the night, leaving us to wonder what really happened there. Watch again in the zoomed-in footage. In the following footage, a remote control drone is taken out for a spin in Salt Fork State Park, Ohio. As the pilot takes it out on a test run practicing its hovering capabilities, he unintentionally captures footage of a large, dark figure lurking amongst the trees. Pay attention to the left side of the screen. The footage is easily missed. It looks like a large black dot. But watch as the video is enhanced with a spotlight. The figure becomes unmistakably clear. The drone is eventually lowered to the ground, and the unsuspecting pilot comes to claim it was completely unaware that only a few feet away this hulking creature is standing, more than likely aware of him, listening to him, watching him.
His spectator, he's not standing that far away. Not far enough for me.
What do you think? Is this footage authentic? A bright and warm summer day. This poster is enjoying time out in nature, but they are not the only ones soaking up the sunshine. Watch what becomes visible when they spot a shape in the distance. Zooming in with the full capacity of the phone camera, a familiar figure is recorded resting against a tree. Recognize the ape-like features, the color of its fur. Imagine its size if this video was filmed and zoomed in from some distance. Imagine you're hiking through the woods with your dog. Suddenly you become aware that you are not alone. Just beyond, in a clearing through the trees, you spot a large, dark shape resting on a tree stump. In this footage, the poster appears to capture something large, black, and covered in fur. The quality of the video is poor, but a shape is visible, as are its movements for a fraction of a second. Beyond this, it's anyone's guess whether it's Bigfoot or a bear.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
All we have to go on is the conviction of the poster's claim and the rising fear in his voice as he calls out to his dog. Not all First Nation beliefs around Sasquatch are favorable. Whilst some believe that sightings of Bigfoot bring good luck, members of the Plateau tribes identify Bigfoot as a stick Indian, drawing from a diverse range of potentially hostile beings who stole salmon or confused people by whistling, causing them to get lost. Here, a poster zooms in on a figure spotted in the woods. The large Neanderthal-like creature is studying something intently in the branches of the tree, unaware that it's being filmed. It has been suggested that it is stalking something. Is this an ape filmed from a deceptive angle that makes it look far larger than it is? Or is it a Sasquatch? You be the judge. Depending on who you ask, the thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger as it is more commonly known, has been extinct for decades, or just really good at hiding. This sighting captured in Clifton Springs, Australia in 2019 claims to be the real deal. Resembling something closer to a wolf than a tiger with distinct dark stripes on its back and tail, the thylacine was hunted to extinction by European settlers who held unwarranted fears that the carnivorous marsupials would attack their livestock. The last known Tasmanian tiger was given to the Hobart Zoo in Tasmania in 1931, and it died in captivity in 1936. More recently, cryptozoologists, hikers, and hunters have claimed to have spotted the animal. But a study conducted by scientists based on sightings suggests that they got it wrong. Some are adamant that the species are not extinct. The animal caught on camera here seems to represent a compelling argument. It does resemble a wolf, and the stripes are visible on its tail. Unfortunately, it might just be too far away to be considered conclusive. Our hopes are that scientific study did get it wrong, and that the species has managed to survive in some remote part of Tasmania, far away from human interference and harm. This footage terrified me the first time I saw it. A creature that looks like a combination of a woman with some kind of feline animal. But what I then thought upon seeing this is that it looks similar to the legendary mythical creature known as succubus, which is a kind of demon that appears in a female form, or supernatural entity in folklore, traced back to medieval legend. It is said to appear in dreams, and takes the form of a woman in order to seduce men, usually through sexual activity. I am pretty sure this footage is fake, as I am not exactly sure how anyone would be able to survive such an encounter, if they do indeed exist in the first place. What do you think of this footage? The following video, shot in Fort Wilkins Historic State Park, claims to have captured a Sasquatch on camera. In the video, the large, furry humanoid creature is clearly seen walking through the forest. At some point, realizing it has been spotted, it stops and takes cover, blending into the environment. This is by far some of the closest and clearest footage we've seen in a while, and perhaps we've been conditioned to be skeptical of this kind of footage. Again, compare how this Sasquatch moves and the awkward way it peers through the branches. Is it just me, or is it walking like it's got a bad back? The peering through the bush also feels staged. Sasquatch or hoax? Picture this. You've just moved into a new place. Your first taste of independence. The only problem is that since you moved in, your dog won't stop yelping and clawing at the entrance hall closet. At night, he refuses to come up the stairs. You've also started hearing things. Sometimes a door will creak open, or just as you're falling asleep, the sound of footsteps coming up the stairs. This is exactly what this guy was experiencing in his new house. For these reasons, he decided to set up cameras to see if anything comes up. He sets one in the kitchen and proceeds to climb the steps towards his room. But just as he does this, something behind follows him upstairs. We can even see that this shadow figure has some sort of legs. Is it a ghost that is trapped in the house, or is it something more malevolent lurking there? Avoid creepy, abandoned buildings. They always attract the worst kinds of things. The poster of this video claims he got a skinwalker on camera. He went to explore an abandoned warehouse, but he started hearing things from a room. Rather than going in, he saw a window that allowed him to catch a glimpse of this. A humanoid figure seen standing almost motionless in the room. It does resemble some kind of zombie-like trance. Could this be a skinwalker, or is it a fake video set up by someone trying to grab some attention? Remember the sheer joy that came with renting a movie, going to the store and browsing the shelves for something new to watch, hoping that whatever you chose was actually available and not already checked out? The guy in this security camera footage might not be as nostalgic. Watch what happens as he does the rounds packing the DVDs back on their shelves. It seems a playful poltergeist doesn't care that the store is closed and is pretty adamant they're going to check out something tonight. A family picked the wrong place to camp when they spotted numerous eerie apparitions on camera. Facing a nearby wood, they witness a host of ghostly shadows moving between the trees. At first, there only appears to be one, but the number quickly grows as the pale shadows shift. One appears suspended above the branches. The quality of the video is poor, but the presence of something haunting is clear. Did something terrible happen on this land that it is populated by so many spirits? Oftentimes, camping grounds can be notorious for being old battle sites or awash with unmarked graves. People who have visited such places claim to hear the sounds of men shouting, cannons and gunshots, and the sound of the military man drums. It isn't clear from the video whether the family decided to brave it and stay the night or make a quick getaway. 2 mysterious skeletons are discovered on a beach in Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. One is slightly larger than the other. What is unusual about them is that both seem to have tails like a fish. Are these mermaids, or some convoluted hoax? This isn't the first time these skeletons have washed ashore. In the last 3 years, strange skeletons have appeared on a beach in the UK and in Australia. These skeletons were even longer, approximately 6 foot in length. It is unclear from the video the actual size of the skeletons, which are in a grim state of decomposition. The one skeleton is in pretty bad shape and missing a few ribs. This is possibly due to being flung up against rocks, or it was the cause of death when this creature was still living. Some skeptics suggest that they are the remains of seals, but the skulls look remarkably human. Do mermaids exist? What do you think? A man comes running from the dark road ahead and is illuminated in the car's headlights where the person is filming. He appears to be afraid and excited at something he has spotted further on up the dirt track. The car, undeterred, continues to advance. A strange alien-like creature is seen shuffling across the road. The car stops some distance from it, while the man we encountered earlier returns for a closer look. It looks unlike anything we have seen before, almost like some kind of crab with short tentacles instead of claws. Is it some horrible fault of nature? It's difficult to tell from such a distance, which is a possible indication that it's a fake. The person filming seems extremely calm and quiet, and the feel of the video does seem to be staged with the arrival of the man in the beginning. Surely, they could have gotten a little closer, or at least zoomed in. For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.